Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Mask of the Betrayer. And it turns out this isn't a glitch. The rite of passage is beating him at arm wrestling. And the suspicion is that you need a strength of at least 20 to pull it off. We are going to try it a couple more times to see if maybe...
Greet you if I cared.
I am ready. Why don't we use our left arms? I heard your left arm was slightly weaker. You did. Well, it won't help you. There's no way a scrawny weakling like you is going to defeat Forovan, regardless of which arm is used. Now put your arm down. And place his arm down on the table and looks at you with a wolfish smile. Test your strength. You struggle mightily, but in the end the large man pins your arm to the table. Perhaps you'd care to try again? Count on it.
I'd greet you if I cared.
Let's try again. We'll see about that.
I'd greet you if I cared.
Left arm. He forgets everything. Count on it. Okay. So I need to somehow pull off a strength of 20. Right now, I have a strength of 17, which means I need an extra 3. If I had my old gear, I would have this easy. I would have that easy. As it is, this is giving me +4, so I would need a +7 total. I don't suppose you have a greater...
Come this way.
You're a transmuter. I don't suppose you have a greater... bold strength on hand, do you? The answer seems to be a resounding no. Yeah, that would give me no help. Okay. Okay. You are a little bit slow, lady.
I will take the lead.
So... if you keep this up, I have to go borrow more gold from Vic. Yep, Duelist 1, Neverwinter 9, 3, and Swashbuckler 17. Hello. We're gonna go... That's the prison. Where's the temple? Kelemvor. Anyway, let's talk to them. Oh, it's night! Well, we'll talk to the prison, and then we'll go around looking for portals into Mulsanter. Peace, stranger. Have you lost someone, perhaps, or does a comrade require the right of passing? Wait, this is not the prison. This is the Kelemvor rite. Is this a temple? What god is worshipped here? All gods are worshipped here, but only one is served. The house belongs to Kelemvor, Lord of the Dead. Our house calls to those who are dying or unwell. Here they may rest and prepare themselves for judgment in comfort and quiet. I met 2 half-celestials in town. They were seeking the sister Kaelin the Dove. Has she been here at your temple? You seek Kaelin? I did not realize any of the menagerie were here in Mulsanter. I have not seen her, no. But some time since Kaelin graced Kelemvor's temples. I believe she found a new calling in Ilmata, the suffering god. Still, I think if Kaelin were here in Mulsanter, word would spread quickly. If she has evaded the eyes of the local people and her siblings, perhaps she has slipped into another plane. Such a feat would not be unusual for Kaelin. Not so long ago, the menagerie wandered freely from one plane to the next, but their fellowship has been sundered of late, or so I'm told. I discovered an ancient book in a barrel north of here. It speaks of something called the Betrayer's Crusade. That is a tale that has often been twisted to suit the needs of the tellers, and its tellers have been many. My telling would be poor by comparison, for the story is not much loved by my faith. Will you tell me what you know, at least? This temple has served 3 gods of the dead. In the days of Myrkul, the first of these gods, a priest called Akachi presided here. Akachi turned against his god, and he marched an army to the gates of the City of Judgment. Such a thing should have been impossible, yet it was done. In the realm of the dead, Akachi Betrayer sought to bring down the wall of the faithless, to tear it up from the roots and set all the trapped souls free. Why would he try to bring down the wall? Some of my brethren insist that it was vengeance or spite. The Myrkul had slighted his priest, who had given his life to his god, and never questioned him, and now felt betrayed. I think that is too simple a reason for so monumental a crime, but in truth no one knows. Mercifully, whatever his reasons, the betrayer failed. The wall still stands, and now as it did then. That is not the whole truth, is it? Nor is it falsehood. I have told you what I know to be true. Anything more would be a rumor, and not a rumor that serves my faith. You say it was a mercy that Akechi failed? Why? Because the plains are founded upon an order, a covenant between gods and mortals. The wall is a symbol of that covenant, and to tear it down, such an act would crack the foundations of the plains. It would be as if the sun failed to rise in the morning, or the seas fell upward into the sky. The book mentioned a scroll called the Lamentations of the Dead. It said the scroll might be found in a vault. It is said that there was such a vault, a place where such things were hidden. Not here, though, not in the house of Kelemvor. Remember that Mulsanter is a city of shadows and masks. I would look behind those masks and shine some light into the shadows if I was seeking a secret place. What is that wall that surrounds your temple? There are tortured human figures etched into the stone. It is only a stone carving. The switches would have us tear it down, for it frightens children and beasts. Fear was never our intent, but such a wall should not be torn down, not even as a symbolic gesture. Our wall stands as a symbol of another greater wall, the wall of the faithless. It is a reminder that the greatest sin is to be without any faith at all. I want to talk more about Kelemvor and his faith. We believe that death is not to be feared. It is a comfort, an end of suffering, a new beginning. We are guides, comforting the dying, shepherding them to their final judgment. Many choose to spend their final days here, and we serve them all. What of Kelemvor himself? He is a new god, is he not? Relatively. But at this point, about 100 years. His is a new face, yes, but death has worn many. Before Kelemvor there was Sirik, and before him was Myrkul, and others before that. Kelemvor is fair and welcoming to all. Myrkul was vengeful, and he wished his priest to be feared. Each face is a little different, but death is always the same. So it is with many things. Love, betrayal, hunger, many faces, but the same essence within. You serve those who do not worship Kelemvor. We do. Faith is all we require, faith in any god. What of those who worship evil gods? You treat them the same as everyone else? Of course, they have followed their gods. Why have they not? Kelemvor will judge them only by their faith, and so must we. Why is it important to have a faith in a god? Are deeds in this life not enough? What do gods provide for us? Favor in life, eternal solace in death? What do we provide for the gods? Their very existence is fueled by our worship. And again, we get to the existence of people in Faerun as this basically cosmic probationary existence where they're mutually dependent on each other. It is a compact, life for life, that forms the foundation of our world and all the planes. To defy that order is to negate everything, the world, the gods, yourself. That is why faithlessness is the greatest sin of all. You spoke of final judgment. What did you mean? At the gates of the City of Judgment, souls are said to gather, awaiting Kelemvor's verdict. His eyes rest upon each in turn, measuring their faith and pronouncing them worthy to pass onward to the realms of their gods. I should also note that having read the novels in question, Kelemvor doesn't really like the idea of the Wall of the Faithless himself, but he sort of inherited the job. It's like being a judge that doesn't like prisons. Some have betrayed their faiths and are judged false. They are doomed to serve forever in the City of Judgment, each according to his means. As for those of no faith who scoffed at the gods and went their own way, they are judged faithless, and their souls are mortared into a living, screaming wall. you perform services here as well. We pray when prayer will give comfort, and we collect the bodies of the dead, and those of foreign birth who are not claimed by the witches. Many die upon the Golden Way alone, and in a land that is strange to them. We receive their bodies and tend them according to the customs that they know. Then we recite the passing, so that Kelemvor might watch for them and pronounce their final judgment. And in this world, prayer can do a lot. I'd like to ask you about something else. Of course, in Kelemvor's house, I am happy to serve. Do you sell any goods here? No, we do not trade in coin. Our needs are few and easily fulfilled by whatever gifts the dead bestow upon us. The dying put their offerings in their pockets to be claimed when they are gone. Other offerings are brought by the living. Some ask a prayer or a blessing in return, but most slip quietly before our altar, speak what words they will, and leave gifts in their wake. And farewell. Okay. Anything else going on here? Peace, stranger. Is there something you need from me? What do you do here? I'm an acolyte of Kelemvor. But I've only recently arrived. My family sent me to join the faith. Things are still new to me and somewhat disappointing. Disappointing in what way? I thought the study of necromancy was permitted, even encouraged, yet it seems that Kelemvor now views necromancy as an abomination. He always viewed necromancy as an abomination. My were-rat rogue paladin was basically her occupation was she hunted undead for Kelemvor. The previous god of the dead had no such restrictions, and I had thought that Kelemvor would retain the viewpoint of his predecessors. Why do you want to study necromancy? Our lives are so short, our bodies are so frail, yet there's so much out there to learn, to experience. Is it so wrong to try to extend our lives even for a little while? I really see nothing wrong with wanting to live forever, but I would note that the general direction necromancy takes in Forgotten Realms is undeath, and there's usually plenty wrong with that because it usually involves other people suffering for your immortality. I see nothing wrong with wanting to live forever. I'm pleased you agree. Davorik would likely frown upon such a belief, so beware. What does he think about your studies? He's aware of my interest and disapproves of them, but he's done nothing to stop me. How have your studies gone? Poorly. What lore available to me here in the temple is vague and of little use. Is there anything? I don't want to help you. Farewell. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. That's extra XP. Should I? Let's see. Any progress in your studies? Is there anything I can do to help? If you come across any necromantic lore, I'd be interested in examining it. I'd heard mention of great vault of lore at the Death God's Temple of Mulsantir, but they must be mistaken if they are referring to this place. We could go outside and see if it's still night. Davorik. Bedroom door, which is locked. We're looking for the prison. This is not the prison. This is Kelemvor's temple. You know what? Let's put the prison on hold for a little bit. It is still night. Let's wander about. Oh, wow. That was kind of creepy. And there's the wall they were talking about. I like this rendition of a temple to Kelemvor. Okay, let's wander around and see if we have any spots develop. Okay, that was just a torch. Here's a graveyard. Fresh grave. What's up there? I imagine that's the prison. Okay. Come on. That was probably... I probably should avoid grave robbing. Let's see what that did to my alignment real quick. That did nothing to my alignment. I'm going to imagine that... Yeah, that's unusable. No. Oh, I didn't want to... Oh!
That will...
I didn't actually want to loot that. Well, she disintegrated it. I know I have a viewer that's going to say, "Hey, you're finally using disintegrate." Actually, she just came with it. What's up here? Let's see if we can find... Supposed to be looking around. Cannot use this item. Prison's over there, but I don't really want to talk to be in the prison just yet. I am looking for a hole in the air. Dirt mound. I kind of hoped the graveyard would have such a hole. Yay, Boots of Hardiness +3. I already have Boots of Hardiness +3. Do you have Boots of Hardiness +3? You have Boots of Striding. Boots of Hardiness are better.
Yes.
Because Boots of Hardiness give you a C as well. So, as Constitution.
What do you need?
I see no holes in the world. I wonder if this... I could go to the one that's in the Vale. I know that one, but I don't think that one would get to where we need to go. We're supposed to look for dark spots. Probably try to find a place that doesn't... Aha! Does not have many torches. Enter the portal. Now we're looking for Kalen. Okay. Statue of Talos.
I never thought I'd say this, but this incessant silence makes me long for the din and clatter of the Rashili townsfolk.
Unmarked grave. Shield of Dark... Tower Shield of Dark Steel. Another unmarked grave. See if that helmet is better than... Okay, that's Black Robe of the Archmagi, which you fortunately cannot use. That is useful. It is a little bit creepy looking, but it is useful. Okay.
Certainly.
Okay, can't go in there. Ah, Death God's Vault. this is probably going to be a problem. Hello, Nightwalker. It's been a while since I saw one of you.
No effect. I must try something else. No effect. I must try something.
What? Am I charmed or I'm blind? I should get blind fighting. Oh, this is not going well. Salmon? Impossible! Did my character spawn? Okay, load game. Auto save. What level of spell do you need to hit the Nightcrawlers? Of weapon, I mean. That was some outlaw used the Shadow Bowl Center as a place to hide from and subvert the witch's authority. Shiva Whitefeather would surely be grateful to anyone who roots out such criminals. Interesting bit of knowledge. Okay, so let's see if F4 is F4 quick save. F4 does not seem to be quick save. That's my timer. See you in a little bit.